Biden parallels how Carter fared against Reagan in this stage of election cycle. When President Biden and former President Donald Trump face off in an election rematch this November, one man will remain a one-term president, Trump, a Republican whom Biden unseated in 2020. Seeks to return the favor in 2024 as the incumbent Democratic president struggles with lackluster approval ratings reminiscent of infamous one-term President Jimmy Carter. As of February, Biden's job approval rating stood at 38% in a Gallup poll, less than 1 point above President Carter's record-low Gallup rating of 37% after his third year in office. There is reason to believe that Biden today is in a weaker position than Carter was in 1980, when the Democratic incumbent lost re-election to Republican challenger Ronald Reagan. In March 1980, a Gallup head-to-head poll showed Carter at 58% to Reagan's 33%, but the gap would narrow in the ensuing months, and Reagan ultimately defeated Carter in a 44-state landslide with 50.8% of the popular vote, too. Carter's 41%. There is no comparable Gallup survey for Biden and Trump in 2024, but other recent polls show a much closer race, with Trump maintaining a slight 2.1-point lead over Biden in the Real Clear Politics average of polls. A Fox News poll released Sunday found Trump at 49% support, while Biden registered at 47%, a statistical tie within the margin of sampling error. Biden approval plummets to near Carter level. Gallup. The Iran hostage crisis began on November 4, 1979, when radicalized students seized the U.S. Embassy in Tehran to protest Carter's decision to allow the deposed Shah of Iran into the U.S. for medical treatment. 52 Americans, mostly State Department employees and Marines, were held captive for 444 days. While Ayatollah Khomeini spurned Carter's attempts to free the captives, public attitudes turned about the hostage crisis, because I think people were starting to realize that Carter was using it to his political advantage. Shirley told Fox News Digital in an interview, the goal was to get the hostages released in October, and Americans, in an outpouring of gratitude, would vote for Carter for his re-election. That's what the Carter campaign really wanted, was to get the hostages out right at the crest of the election. Didn't happen, of course. Carter's re-election effort faced economic challenges as well, with inflation and unemployment both in double digits, a phenomenon economists have dubbed stagflation. The crisis in Iran intersected with the U.S. economy when Iranian oil workers went on strike, triggering a supply shock that led to notorious lines at the gas station and incidents of gas theft. Biden-Trump's sequel underway in history, making first presidential election rematch since 1956. The final years of Carter's presidency saw inflation rise by an average 11% in 1979 and nearly 14%. In 1980, Biden faces similar foreign and domestic crises, while the president proclaimed an economic comeback.